You can make so much more money from Amazon KDP in significantly less time if you're using tools and software to help you. But with there being so many tools on the market, it can be an absolute nightmare trying to figure out which ones you actually need. Well, fortunately, I've been doing Amazon KDP for over 5 years now, built myself and helped my students build multiple successful Amazon KDP businesses. And in that time, I've tried pretty much every tool on the market. So in this video, I'm going to show you the only KDP tools you actually need to have, explain why they're so important, and show you how to use them correctly. I also know that everybody has different budgets and different goals with their KDP business, so I'm going to break this video down into tools for beginners that aren't quite as powerful but are a lot more affordable, and also some more advanced tools that are significantly more powerful but just cost a little bit more. So with that said, let's dive straight in. So before we cover all the tools in this video, it is so important to know which parts of the overall KDP process you actually need tools and software to help you. So when it comes to using tools and software on Amazon KDP, a very common mistake is people think, okay, of all of these tools, which ones do I need to use? When in fact, they should start with the process and think, which processes of Amazon KDP do I need to use tools for? There's a big difference between the two. Now, I know you're going to be very tempted to skip this bit because you want to go straight into just seeing all the tools that I recommend, but this is probably the most important part of the video, so please do pay attention because this will frame the entire rest of the video. So in my opinion, tools and software should only do two things. Firstly, they should make time-consuming tasks quick, and secondly, they should make high-value tasks easy. Ideally, it would be both of these two things. When it comes to high-value tasks, I mean things that are data-driven. So in order to get the data, you usually need to use tools or software. These are the only two things that tools and software should do. And I've broken down the entire KDP process into kind of 4 main stages. We have niche research, we have keyword research, we have book creation, and we have advertising. And each of these 4 stages, you're going to need some kind of tools to help you with. And when it comes to this idea of making time-consuming tasks quick, the vast majority of your time-consuming tasks on an Amazon KDP business will be in your book creation. So it means maybe actually creating the interior of the book itself, doing your book descriptions, that kind of thing. Things that aren't necessarily that technical and that difficult, but they are extremely time-consuming. That is somewhere where you would use a tool. And secondly, tasks that are extremely high value and you generally need a lot of data for. So again, that's things like niche research, keyword research, and advertising. I kind of combine keyword research and advertising together, in modern day KDP because they are so closely related. But all 3 of these things need data to back them up. And therefore, to get that data, you simply need to be using tools. So with all the tools I'm about to show you in this video, they either A, make time-consuming tasks quick, or they make very high value and potentially difficult tasks extremely easy, especially ones that are data driven. So with that said, let's dive straight into the first tool that I recommend everybody has on Amazon KDP. Now, the first tool on this list is actually completely free and is essential for KDP niche research. Now, before I show you the tool itself, I want to explain to you exactly what niche research is, what you need to look for specifically when you're doing niche research, because that will help you understand the tool I'm about to show you so much better. So niche research, and this is the point that I get across in pretty much every single one of my KDP videos, is there is no point in making a book if nobody wants to buy it. And if you do niche research correctly, you will ensure that every single book you make, people actually want to buy, and therefore they will sell for you. So here's the mistake that so many people make on Amazon KDP. They make a book that they think is good and then figure out how to market it further down the line. And when they do that, they put it on Amazon and then realize that no one wants to buy it because they built the book around them rather than the people they're trying to sell to. And ultimately, this just leads to no sales. So this is the way you do not approach Amazon KDP and niche research specifically. But what you should be doing is firstly, you need to find a niche or a topic where there is proven demand. You therefore then make a book that satisfies that demand. So you're making a book around the demand for a topic or a niche rather than just a book that you think is going to be good. And this leads to a lot of sales. So there's a huge difference between your book being data and kind of niche driven and being driven entirely by you because you think it's a good idea. No one cares what you think. You have to think about what the customer and your potential audience want in a book. So the big question is, how do you know if there is demand in a niche? And this is what this first completely free tool allows you to see. And that tool is a tool called DS Amazon Quick View. You can find it on the Google Chrome store. This tool will be linked down below along with every single tool I'm covering in this video. You can find that in the description down below. And it's a really good way of seeing book bestseller ranks. Now, book bestseller ranks basically just show you how well books are selling on KDP. The closer a book's bestseller rank or BSR is to 0, the more units it's selling. A book with a BSR of 1 means it's the best selling book on the entire of Amazon. So the lower the BSR number, the more it is selling. So therefore, if you go into a niche and there's loads of books with low BSRs, this essentially shows that there is so much demand for books in this niche, and it's probably a good idea for you to also publish in this niche. But the big problem with finding book BSRs is it can be very time consuming because every single time you need to click into each individual book and then go down and find the bestseller rank here. And it can just take so much time to do. But if you download this DS Amazon Quick View extension, what you can see is all the book BSRs come up right underneath the book listing without having to actually click into it. So rather than having to click into each of these individual books, as you can see, all of their BSR numbers are just shown here below. So 29,000, 34,000, 63,000. We've literally found those in less than 5 seconds, whereas previously we would have to click into each and every single one of these books. So honestly, this tool will save you hundreds, if not thousands of hours a year just doing your niche research. And when it comes to finding demand in a niche, the lower the BSRs, the more demand there is for a certain topic. So as you can see in this wild animal coloring book for kids, you can see there's a lot of demand in this niche because all these books are selling well. 47,000 BSR, 63, 34, 29. Let's keep going down. This one here, 164, maybe not quite as good. So you can see there is a lot of demand for this niche. Now, this video isn't going to go deep into niche research. That in itself is a very, very complex topic. But I have an entire section in my upcoming Publish for Profit Mastery course showing you exactly how to do niche research in 2025, which by the way is very different to how you've probably been taught in the past. And that course is launching on March the 7th. So if you do want to check that out, I will leave that link down below in the description. But in terms of this first tool, it's essentially just really good for seeing all of the BSRs in a certain niche, which massively helps you understand the data behind your niche research, and it also makes niche research so much quicker. So again, ticking those 2 boxes that I showed you at the start. So tool number 2. Now this tool again is also completely free and is going to significantly help us with our KDP book descriptions. Now there are 3 things that 99% of people on Amazon KDP get completely wrong when it comes to their book description. Firstly, they think book descriptions aren't important. They focus on niche research, keyword research, ads, as they should do, and then just totally neglect book descriptions. That is a terrible approach. Book descriptions are really important. And for the few people that do spend time on their book description, they think it's all about SEO. Your book description has nothing or pretty much nothing to do with your book's SEO. It's all about your conversion. Because if you think about it, every single person who lands on your book listing has some kind of intent to buy your book, and therefore your book description acts as a bridge to take someone from a potential customer into a buying customer. So your book description doesn't need to be focused on SEO, it purely needs to be focused on conversion. And even the people who understand this are still making the mistake because they use their book description to tell the customer how great their book is, rather than selling the actual benefits of the book. And here is what I mean by that. So with book descriptions, if you strip everything back to the complete core of your buying behavior, you watching this do not buy anything online because of a product's features. You think you do, but in reality, you actually don't. You buy things because of the benefit it brings to your life, i.e. it makes your life easier or it makes you less stressed. All of the features of a certain product eventually lead to these kinds of feelings. So when you're buying something online, you're never actually buying the features, you're buying the feelings and the benefits and the outcomes of having that product. And so many people with their KDP book descriptions don't focus on this. In all of your KDP book descriptions, you should never just sell the product, you should sell the benefits of having the product. There is a huge difference. So let's just take this mileage logbook, for example. The average person would probably put 108 pages of dates, miles driven, and cool sections to leave notes about your drive. No one cares about the details of the book, they only care about what it can actually do for them. This is how you would incorrectly build your book description. What you should do is focus on the benefits, so save time and effort with this book that allows you to claim all mileage expenses easily. So anyone who comes across this mileage logbook, they don't care about the information, they care what it will do for them. It allows them to save time, it allows them to save effort, and it allows them to claim all mileage expenses easily. That is all the customer cares about. Your book description needs to focus on selling the benefits, not the product itself. So again, that begs the question, how can you write descriptions easily in this format that I'm specifying? And that's exactly where this next tool comes in. And that tool is an all-time classic, ChatGPT. Now, I know you're thinking, ChatGPT, I already knew this tool existed, but you probably didn't know how to use it correctly for Amazon KDP and book description. So as you can see here, I've just put in the prompt, create me a book description for my dinosaur coloring book. And then I've given it a little bit more information about everything that I've just mentioned. I've said, make sure the description focuses on the benefits of the reader. Again, focusing on the benefits. such as keeping your child entertained, giving the parent time to do their own thing, because ultimately this is why a parent buys a dinosaur coloring book, to keep their child entertained and to give them more time to themselves. And also helping the child learn to be creative. Also make sure the subscription asks questions to the customer at the start that they can relate to. Asking questions directly to your customer is a great way for the customer to feel heard, and therefore that builds trust with them and hopefully encourages them to buy. And then just a little bit more information about the book itself. So you do still need to have some information about the book. I've just said there are 50 coloring pages and there are facts in the coloring book too. And as you can see, here is a perfect description that ChatGPT has made for us, literally off this exact framework. So you can pretty much just copy and paste this entire prompt into ChatGPT, just change, whatever kind of book you're doing, and it would do it in exactly the right format. So as you can see, it starts off, does your child love dinosaurs? Are they looking for a fun and engaging way to keep them entertained while also sparking their creativity? If you are someone that answers yes to both of these questions, you're gonna think, great, this person actually listens to me, they're hearing what I'm trying to say, this book is perfect for me. Now, I'm not gonna read the entire of this description, but one thing I do wanna stress here is it says, if so, our dinosaur coloring book is the perfect choice. 50 exciting dinosaur themed coloring pages. So it does have some information about the book itself, but that's not the main part of the description. That's just, to provide the context. And then it says your little one will have hours of screen-free fun. Again, a huge benefit to a parent buying this for their kid, allowing them to have some well-earned quiet time. Again, another benefit to the parents. So you can see how you can use something like ChatGPT to create these book descriptions for you. Now, it goes without saying, you'll just copy and paste this straight from ChatGPT into your KDP book listing, but copy and paste it and put it into maybe a Google Docs or a Microsoft Word, and then just edit little bits and create it in your own words. The whole goal of this is not for ChatGPT to write the entire description for you. It's to build 95% of the framework that you can just go in, make it your own, and it's therefore completely original content. ChatGPT has just done the heavy lifting for you. So that is not only how you actually write your book descriptions correctly, but how you can use a completely free tool to build those for you as well. Now, the next tool is by far the best value for money on the market, and it's not even close because it only costs $14 a month and takes care of pretty much all of your keyword research for you. Now, when I say keywords, I'm not just talking about the 7 backend keyword boxes you put into your book listing. I'm also talking about keywords you might potentially want to use in your Amazon ad campaigns. And now this is one of the big differences between Amazon KDP now and where it was 2 or 3 years ago. Organic keywords are still important, but they're nowhere near as important as they used to be. On the flip side, keywords in Amazon ads are more important than they have ever been. Because ultimately with more competition, it's just so much harder to rank organically for keywords. You need to give yourself some kind of boost, because if you just launch a book, it's not going to be ranking organically for keywords, maybe like it used to when there were significantly less books you're competing against. And therefore what you need to do is use ads initially to get your book in front of all of the right customers, and the more sales you get through ads, the more your book over time starts ranking organically, and that is how you really build a successful book in Amazon KDP. So with all that in mind, what we need is a tool that helps us find all of the relevant search terms and keywords that customers are searching for into Amazon that we can then use in our own ads and also our own organic keywords. So as you can see, this is Self-Publishing Titans, and I've just typed in Highland cow coloring. If you go back to a recent video, I actually showed this example in that previous video. And let's just say you wanted to make a Highland cow coloring book and you wanted to find certain search terms and keywords that people are actually searching for on Amazon in order to find this book. You can start with the main keyword for your book, so Highland cow coloring. And what Self-Publishing Titans will do is give you loads of related keywords that customers are also searching in, and also how many times they're searching for that. So as you can see, Highland cow coloring book is being searched for roughly 3,000 times a month. Highland cow coloring for kids, Highland cow coloring for adults, Highland cow coloring page. These are all keywords that you can target not only in your 7 backend keyword boxes, but you can also target in your Amazon ads. So again, just having access to all of this information in literally a couple of clicks is honestly invaluable, and I recommend every single person who does Amazon KDP has access to this tool. As you can see here, it's not as obvious as just typing in coloring book. You can also go down the route of gifts. So it shows me here, Highland cow gifts for women. Also an extremely high search volume keyword, Highland cow gifts itself also. So these are so many different ways people are searching for the same product, and you wouldn't know any of these if you didn't have a tool like this. So I massively recommend Self-Publishing Titans. Now, I do have a full tutorial of exactly how to use this tool in my completely free 3.5-hour Amazon KDP course, which I will leave linked on screen. If you want to go ahead and watch that after you finish watching this video, I would definitely recommend you do that. So those are the 3 tools that I suggest absolutely everyone who does Amazon KDP has access to, and all 3 of them combined will only cost you $14 a month. And you think, how much you're getting back for that $14, it is an absolute no-brainer. You should not be afraid to invest in your KDP business, because this $14 a month you put into it can bring you back so much more with the extra information and data you get from these tools. But if you really want to take your KDP business to the next level and scale it, then I have 2 more tools to show you that can literally take your KDP business from 3 figures all the way up to 4 or even 5 figures profit per month. So the first tool is also from Self-Publishing Titans, and the best thing about it, it's only an additional $10 per month on top of that original 14 that I just showed you. So it's in total $24 per month for exactly the same tool that I've just showed you, and also this additional feature that you also get. And this feature of the tool allows you to make activity books literally in a couple of seconds. Now, activity books are amongst some of the most profitable books that anybody can make on Amazon KDP. And here is an example of one here. So it's coming up to Easter time. It's not quite Easter yet. So this book will only start to sell more as the weeks go on. But as you can see, it's just a very simple Easter activity book. You've got things like mazes, Easter word searches, all that kind of thing. And these books can do incredibly well. It doesn't need to be about Easter. It can be about any kind of topic you want. But the big time-consuming and difficult process for a lot of these books is how to actually create the activities themselves. And that's exactly what this tool helps you with. So again, it's on Self-Publishing Titans. So it's just the activity and puzzle tool that you can see here. And all you need to do is go ahead and just press create new puzzle. And as you can see, you can create literally any of these puzzles, as many of them as you want, in a couple of clicks. So let's just say we were making this Easter activity book and we wanted to have a maze in a certain shape. Let's click into this tool here. And what you can do is you can create mazes in loads of Easter themed shapes. You can have a bunny or you can have an egg. Let's just start with an egg. Let's make this board width 10, sorry. And then just go for generate a sample. As you can see, here is an egg-shaped maze for kids, or if it was for adults, you can make this board width a little bit bigger, generate sample, and you can see it's a little bit more difficult, but it's still in the shape of an egg. You can also do the same thing for bunny. So if it's for an Easter one, you can maybe have 30 bunny-shaped ones, you can have 30 egg-shaped ones, and that is your Easter maze book, literally done in a couple of seconds. You go in and just type in how many you want. So let's just say we wanted 60 of these. Go ahead, press generate collection, and it will generate 60 completely unique mazes in the shape of, in this example, a bunny rabbit. Now let's just imagine, as well as mazes, you also wanted to have things like crosswords or word searches in your activity book. You can also literally do that in this tool here. As you can see, crossword generator, all you need to do is go in, put in the clues you want, put in the answers, and then just generate loads of these. So this tool can literally create activity books with so many different activities in a matter of seconds. So going all the way back to the start, this is a very complicated task and high value task that's made easy. And it's also potentially a very time consuming task that now takes hardly any time at all. So a really, really good piece of software. And for both of these Self-Publishing Titans tool, if you use the links down below in the description and also the discount code that you can find there, you can get a discount off these. So it's even cheaper than I've showed you in this video. So now moving on to the final tool, and it's fair to say I've saved the best tool till last, and that tool is Helium 10. Now, yes, it is a lot more expensive than the other tools that I've showed you in this video, but it is by far the most powerful tool that you can have access to with Amazon KDP and can significantly scale your business and make your life 10, 100 times easier if you have access to this tool. And I'm going to show you exactly why that is now. Now, this tool pretty much has one goal: to help you get your book in front of more of the right customers. As we've previously mentioned, one of the main reasons why people don't make any money on Amazon KDP is they make a great book, but the people who want to buy this book just are never able to find it. And that's exactly what this tool helps you with. And there's 2 features within this tool that allow you to do that, and I'm going to show you how to use both of them right now. So similarly to the Self-Publishing Titans tool that I just showed you, this tool within inside Helium 10, as you can see, it's this one here, the keyword research tool. Essentially, it allows you to see very, very similar data, but it allows you to be so much more detailed with the filters that you're applying to all of this data. And it also shows you a lot more results. So I just typed in animal coloring book, and as you can see, it's found 1,467 related keywords to this overall main keyword. It shows you how many sales the keyword is driving, the estimated search volume every single month, the trend, whether it's up or down. So if it's a seasonal keyword or not, you can also see that in this data. How many products are advertising against this keyword. So it's basically Self-Publishing Titans on juice, and just shows you so much more detail than that first tool does. And let's just say you wanted to find keywords with no more than 500 products competing against it, but it still has a search volume of maybe minimum 500 searches per month. So, and then just go ahead and press apply filters. What this is basically going to do is find all of the keywords that are searched for at least 500 times a month with less than 500 products that that keyword is ranking for. So again, a really good keyword for our books. So this not only shows you relevant keywords, but allows you to dig so much deeper down into that data. And again, I have an entire video showing you how to make the most out of this software in my upcoming course, which I mentioned earlier on in this video. But aside from just this keyword research tool, it also has a cool tool called Cerebro, which is a reverse product lookup. And this basically allows you to put all of the ASINs, or the unique numbers of all of your competitors' books, and find exactly what keywords those books are ranking for, and then you can literally take them and use them in your own book to outrank all of your competition. So I've just taken 3 animal coloring books ASINs, as you can see here. This is book number 1, this is book number 2, and this is book number 3. And as you can see, it shows us 154 keywords that all of these books are actually ranking for. Now, some of them are going to be super relevant to our book, and some of them not so much. But the key thing here is you can see all of these keywords that our competitors are using, we have complete visibility over all of that. And to take this one step further, you can also see exactly the keywords that your competitors are using in their Amazon ads. If you just go up to the filter section here and then type in sponsored and then go ahead and apply that filter, this will now only bring back the keywords that are being used in ads amongst these 3 books. So as you can see, none of these 3 books I've just put into Helium 10 are actually advertising. So although that's annoying that there's no data to show you, it's also a good sign because it shows if you're looking to come into this niche, you can easily overtake these books because none of them are using ads. And if you're using ads, you're literally going to outrank every single one of these books for these search terms. So this is honestly such valuable data and makes KDP an absolute breeze if you have this tool. And going one step further again, if you have all of these keywords that your competitors' books are ranking for, and you want to find the most commonly occurring individual words amongst all of these keywords, you can also do that. All you need to do is go to this export data tab here, then export to what they call Frankenstein, which is another feature of Helium 10. And what it will do is it will put all of these keywords in a box for you. You want to go ahead and just press 1 word/phrase per line, and then also include word frequency count, and then just filter this from frequency high to low. And these are all of the most commonly occurring keywords or individual words in all of the keywords that your competitors' books are ranking for. So you can literally go ahead and just fill your 7 backend keyword boxes with all of these, and you're going to index for so many search terms just because you have this data. So Helium 10, by far the most powerful piece of software on the entire market. It is a little bit more expensive, but I do have a 20% discount code if you use the link down below in the description. So those are the 5 most important tools that anybody can have and how you can use them in your own Amazon KDP business. Now, having the right tools is so important, but it is completely pointless if you're not running your KDP business correctly. So in the video that you can see on screen now, I go through the 5 biggest mistakes that I wish I knew when I first started Amazon KDP. So you can go ahead, make sure you're not making those mistakes, and make sure you're making the most out of these tools that I've just showed you.